Hey there, this is Galway doing a Dire Maul tribute run. A few people asked me how I do it. So this is just me running through it. Pretty straightforward in the beginning here. You want to avoid getting aggro until you get onto the rail here. Sit in the corner here, wait for aggro to drop. Sorry about the audio. There was something playing in the background that I cut it out. The audio will come back here in a minute. The audio for the game, that is. So here, just running along. Waiting for that pat on the left to go up. Jump down here, summon pet, and then as you can see, there's a pat in the background there with the doggies. We want to wait for him to pat across before we go too far. Here, send in your pet. Hit dive for this guy since he's speed, and send him down the way so you don't get attacked. Come up here. I do aggro that patrol on the left. Feign death here. Occasionally there's a guy in the left corner here. If he aggroes you here, you can scatter shot him and keep going. Keep going here. I usually am able to get to the center here before I feign death. Feign death here. Loot the key. You got to be careful on your feign death. So if you feign death and get up right away, sometimes it doesn't take. It happened to me a few times on this. Pain in the ass. There could also be an ogre on the left corner here. If you come at this angle, you can get through without aggroing him. Sometimes you do, and just scatter shot again. Come down here. Open the door. Audio should be coming back here any second now. There it is. So here I'm gonna summon my pet, but I noticed the eye, so you want to kill the eye as soon as you see him, as possible. Sometimes you can get through with the first pat before seeing the eye. So I got here pretty quick, so he was on his way up instead of on his way back down when I got here. Summon pet, heal him up, make him happy again. Then you're going to sit him on stay in the corner here. Sorry if I sound weird or if I cough a little bit. I'm not feeling well. Wife got me cold, gave me a cold. Typical. Anyway, come over here to this corner. I usually stay in LOS just so I don't get hit by a slow, or sometimes I get immolate. Just send your pet in. Hit the dive or dash, depending on which pet. Pet doesn't typically matter. Some people use the range pets. Some people use invisible pets. I've had no problems with a wolf or the owl. The owl is nice because it does debuff. So sometimes if you might catch aggro, the debuff will get them off you that they put up. Summon your pet back. Make sure he's clear of his debuff. He's got the slow crippling. Make sure that wears off before you send him in. I'm also sitting here for a few seconds to wait for feign death to come back up. Died a few times thinking I can go when my feign death wasn't up, and ended up screwing myself. So here I send my pet to the left, and then I send him to attack the guys up north. Typically you can do this and your pet will survive. It's always nice if your pet survives, less uptime, whatever. So here he'll despawn, only a little bit of health. Feign death, anywhere in the middle here is safe. Just wait a sec. Get up, summon pet, heal him up. Now here I'm going to sit and wait till I see the guard. It does take about 30 seconds, I think. Depending on how fast you are, you can see him right away, and you know he's in a patrol, whatever. But if you sit in this position, you can see him come in. And the timing's really good if you wait for him, as I'll talk about here in a second. Waiting. Anytime now. Maybe. You notice I did have my timer up early on, but I forgot to hit start on it, so we'll just have to go by the time of the recording. I believe this is just under 25 minutes. So there's the guy. There's the guard. So I send my pet in. Make sure he gets aggro, because sometimes these dang creepers can aggro you if you start running too early. Again, if you're fast enough, and your pet will despawn, and he won't die, which is what happened here. But I have him die more often than live here, so it's pretty good. Here, feign death. Now you want to wait for the eye kill rock here. Hopefully your timing is good, and I've come here a few times and he's going up, which is a giant pain in the ass. You just have to sit here and wait for him to patrol back down. Arcane shot. Crit there, one shot, nice. I'm going to put a frost trap here around the corner. And I'm going to concuss, wait for the freeze trap, and then I'm going to scatter the same guy. I've had some really bad luck with the whole concuss one and scatter shot one, so this is what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 days of this. Invis pot, again, you can use a lesser. Some people use the greater, whatever. It does add a few seconds for any errors you might have, but I haven't had any issues with the lessers. Alright, come up here. Summon pet back since he survived. Sometimes you'll have to sit here and res him and all that kind of stuff. Heal him up. Get him in position. So I put my pet down at the bottom here. Put him on stay. And then put a frost trap up top here. So sometimes you can pull the group on the right. You can body pull, or your pet will pull. If your pet pulls, it's fine. It's not a big deal. If you body pull, you're going to have to feign death at the door. And this frost trap helps you get another feign death off before they aggro you. I get lucky here. No aggro on that right pack. Come over here. And it's a large thorium charge. I am an engineer, but I just buy these off the auction house. It's just way easier for me to just freaking buy them now. Usually, if you run up against this corner, your pet will despawn. I didn't have him far enough back, so he died. And I'll feign death here. Res my pet. Heal him up. Get him happy again. The usual stuff. Using pretty standard build, PvE build, full marksman, couple points in BM for improved Hawkeye, and then I am hit cap, so I don't have any points in the hit in survival, but I do have improved feign death because I was having huge problems with feign death resisting before on the day Dire Maul launched. So. Send pet in, gets aggro. I target one of the ogres by the door, so that he will despawn and survive. And I'll feign death here. Some people put him on stay in that back hallway, but I notice he dies a lot if you do that. So I just have him run towards that ogre by the door, and he'll despawn before he even gets to him. Come in this corner, feign death. Sometimes I worry about the pet when I bring him back, aggroing the boss, but I haven't had an issue yet. So, but try and stand in a way so he doesn't get too close. So I send him at the guard, and then I send him at the back ogre in that group. And if you come running around this corner and get in this corner, typically he can despawn before he dies. Very good if that happens, because this is again another place where your pet can die pretty often. So it's much faster if he doesn't die and you just bring him back. He's got a Maul on him, heal him up, and then get him ready for the next pack. Alright, next, send your pet in this group, and then I send him back to attack the guard. Again, if you get there, if you do it quick enough, you can get your pet to despawn before he dies. which I believe I do at this time. This is probably my fastest run, I think, so far. Again, just running along the side here. Pet despawned. Awesome. Gonna come over here. I look for the doggies up there, and they're up there. So this is really good. Sometimes if you have to wait for those damn dogs, it's like an extra 5 minutes to your run. It's a pain in the ass. So here I summon a pet pack, get them healed up, get them ready to go, and get this party started. Now the dogs here, I have done better. This was not my best pull of the dogs. I believe typically I put down a frost trap before I pull them, but I believe my feign death is resisted or something, but I'm not able to place a trap after I feign death. So we'll see that how it happens here. I can't remember. There's some ghost dudes up in the top level here who will put you in combat as soon as they see you. They don't attack you or anything, but they'll just put you in combat. As you can hear them yelling at me now. So here I'm getting ready to pull. Coming over here, almost always feign death and trap right here, which makes your life much easier. So here I'll feign death, and it gets resisted or whatever. I'm still in combat. Don't drop combat. So I can't wait for. I don't want to wait for them to go back around because again it's another 5-minute wait or so. So I pull them. Multi-shot pull, send pet in, and then try and wait for, try and slow down the ones that are getting close to me. Here, the pets will do a little weird pat thing that helps you get a little bit of distance between. So, whenever you get a little distance, it's always good to just pay attention to where they are, you know. The more range, the better. So my pet despawned because he went on a rage at me, which is fine. Summon him back here, send him back in to attack. While in combat, obviously, since I'm not BM, pet runs slower, so it's a pain in the ass. So I always want to hit dash or dive. Here I get kind of greedy. I know they're going to be on my butt here in a second. So, concuss one, or scatter one, and then I was going to concuss the other, but he got too close to me, and here I just feign death and let my pet take over. Again, the screech coming in super handy for debuffing and keeping aggro for a little bit. So, kill this guy, and then finish him off here. One left. Scatter. I did poison him first, so it broke pretty easily, but it's still enough time to get away. Just Serpent Sting to finish that guy off. And then multi-shot to finish this guy off. Pet died. Fine. Typically does. Not a big deal at this point. Loot your guys. Whatever. If you're really lucky, I think you can get a key from those guys, and the key will unlock the pattern, the goblin down below for the pattern. But not today. So I come down here, feign death to LOS those ghost dudes so they don't aggro me, so I can res my pet and stay out of combat while I heal up. Resing. And this is where the tedium begins. If you can get to this point, it's pretty much a gimme. The only time it really sucks is if you get a feign death resist, which has only happened to me once in the 3 or 4 days that I've been doing it since I put the improved stats. But you can still get away if you jump down, the boss will pat around and you can get away, and your pet will probably die or despawn, and you'll just have to reset the whole encounter. But again, once you're here, you know, it's if you die here, it sucks ass because you got to use another invis pod to get back here and all that kind of stuff. So just try to feign death and reset if you have to. Don't die. That's the key. Put my pet on stay here, just so he can aggro the guys faster. Send him into attack the mage or whatever he is. The ogre ad can spawn as 3 different classes: a shaman, a mage, and a priest. The priest is by far the biggest pain in the ass because he heals the boss, or he bubbles the boss, I should say. Anyway, get far enough away so your pet despawns, put him in stay here, heal him up, and let the fight begin. So at this point it's just feign death, multi-shot, crippling poison, all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So Viper Sting, super important. The sooner you can get him out of mana, the better. It's just and I'll try and keep them as close together as possible in the beginning. The Ogre King himself is faster than the ad, so he'll always get a little bit farther ahead, which is fine. Gives you a chance to whittle him down before he comes, and you need a Serpent Sting and get aggro on the other guy.
That spell isn't ready yet.
I also put on Aspect of the Hawk here, just because it gives me the attack power. Some people stay in cheetah form, no need. If you do this correctly, you're going to be just going back and forth from the same spots. Feign death, drink, if you need to. I'm using regular crappy water. There's no mages around to give me good water, so it's fine. Not a big deal. And Viper Sting and resume.
I'm out of range.
That guy is able to be concussed if you slow him down. Me too. I let him get a little bit too close there. He hit my pet.
That's still recharging.
Not a big deal.
I need to get closer.
Your pet can take a good beating before he'll end up dying. So here I'll pop out. Let him try and shoot me with Fireball, Viper Sting, so that they're together again. I'm just gonna let this play out, and just watch how it's done. Again, not too complicated. Just hit them when you can.
I'm out of range. It's too far away. I need to get closer. Not ready. I can't cast that yet. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. I need to get closer. I can't do that yet. I'm still recharging. I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. It's too far away. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It's too far away. I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet.
A few more passes. Again, just juggling back and forth. Once you add zoom, it's pretty easy, straightforward stuff. So I get a nice crit there, and I just try and do a few more damage to him before he comes back.
I'm out of range.
So the guard here came back at me for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. It's not a big deal. I didn't hit him or anything, but right there I might have the aspect of the hawk buff might have aggroed on him. Since it counts as a buff, might have pulled him to me. So there, killed him, done. So here, I'll run over, talk to the guard, You want to talk to this first guard so you get an extra piece of loot in the chest. And, yeah. Good times. I'll go through at the end here and show you where all the, there's 3 tomes that can spawn here. I've seen all 3, so, I know exactly where they spawn. Come back up here, come king. Thank you. Tribute. Just some of my pet back here. So the first tome can spawn right there. Right where I walked over. Right by the ad guy. I'm gonna get my free loot. I did buy my epic mount the day before this. I started the day with, I started the day yesterday with 39 gold. Ended the day with just over 200. I was able to sell a ring to Rogue for 40 gold. So some people buy it, some people won't. Some people don't understand that they can get it. Any stealthers, it's super easy. Druids want druid tanks with like the mallet with the defense. Sometimes I have seen a mage get through, which can't remember his name. YouTube video of a guy who posted with that mage getting through. It's just tough for people that don't have invis because some of the ogres on the way will aggro you. So anyway, I'll come through here. Show you where the second tome can spawn. Dusty Tome. Dusty Tomes, if you don't know, can have a chance to have one of the class trinkets in it. So on our server, Hunter trinkets and Warlock trinkets sell very well. You can also get the sword, the tanking sword, which is going for over 1,000, I think, on our guild right now. I haven't seen that one drop yet. I've gotten the priest one, I've gotten the hunter one, and the warlock one. So here's where the second tome can spawn, right here in the right by the skeleton guy. Chest there, it's locked. Can't open it, unfortunately. So I'll get my buff. Now I'll put my pet over here because the little bugs will still aggro you. So you can kill these if you're an engineer with a mine and a fire trap. But I haven't bothered just because I'm not coming back here. So, yep. Come over here, feign death after your pet de-aggro or disappears. Get back up, run up here, and I'll show you where the third and final tome can spawn. So there has a chance to be a chest in that corner here, but this is exactly where the third tome will spawn, right in right in that little corner there. And that'd be it. I believe I get around 30 gold for vending, and then mana pots on our server sell for between 10 and 15 gold, depending on raid night and stuff. I sold 2 stacks of 5 yesterday for 13 gold. The Tuesday was raid reset day. So, I undercut by about a gold just to get rid of them. I always keep 10 for myself for raiding, whatnot. So after that, it's all money in the bank. So, 2 runs, making between 30 and 50 gold a run. So it's close to 100 gold per hour, which is excellent. Cut the audio out here because a guy came in a Discord and started talking shit. So I just got rid of the audio here for the last part. Sorry about that. Again, yep, back up to 204 after I think I was at like 180, 190-ish. 180-ish. Buff, buff, buff. And out I go to continue the gold farm. Mad Flex here. Shout out to White Jim, friend of mine, IRL. And the Leper Gnome.